Up Late with Johnny Potenza is filmed in front of a live studio audience. Coming to you live from the city that never sleeps, New York City. It's Up Late with Johnny Potenza. Making his first television appearance after a 2-year hiatus, it's the long-awaited return of your host, Johnny Potenza.
Oh. All right. All right, there we go. Welcome to the Up Late with Johnny Potenza. I'm your host tonight in the flesh. How's everybody doing? That's what I like to see. We're shooting tonight with a skeleton crew, so we only got about 5 of our top people and about 25 of our really good friends and some family and some shady people in the back in the audience. So, but we're going to make it work. What can I say? It's been some hell of 18 months for everybody, right? 18 months. Let me think. We came back here with the new show in December 5th, 2019. Did about 4 shows. Last one was on March 5th of 20. They shut us down, and now it's 18 months later. We're back and trying to pick up where we left off, and here we are. And thank God we're all alive, right? Yeah. So, Guy Tanner, what's going on, buddy? Hanging in there, hanging in there. I don't want to embarrass anybody, so we're just going to get right on with the show tonight. Make it short and sweet. Our first guest up tonight, she's former Miss Staten Island 2018. She was 2019 Miss Big Apple, and I got to take my cheat sheet for this one because it's a tongue twister. In 2021, she's Miss New York of America Strong. We have the one and only, the charming Nicole Doz. Straight off the Comedy Central scene, we got comedian Rich Carucci in the audience. Come on. I choked on my cough drop. My featured guest tonight is a good friend. He's been with me for many years, making special appearances on the show. He has 8 books out. He's here to promote his new book, The Mafia Hitman. We have Frank DiMatteo in the audience. And a bunch of good old boys from Staten Island that had the pleasure to know him for many, many years. We have Screaming Broccolli Unplugged. We have Mike and Ryan here tonight. And that's it. I'm going to go mosey on along on my desk. This desk has been covered for 18 months, and I think it got de-varnished. It was gray. Now it looks a little bit Irish. What do you think? All right. All right, let's see what we got here. Well, now that everything's opening and back up again, we got the St. George Theater on Staten Island, and they just opened up a week ago, and they're going to start having events, concerts. Next week, I'm going to go see one of my past late-night guests and good friend, Mike Marino. He'll be there on October 15th. And then in November, I'm not sure of the date, but if you go to stgeorge.com, stgeorgetheater.com, Goomba Johnny and Auntie Rodeo is going to be there. Neil Sedaka, the Christmas show. There's a bunch of really good shows that are going to be coming there, so make sure you go check that out. But before we bring on our first guest, I have to read off this. It's a special charity that a friend of mine wanted me to read off that they're going to be running. It's called the Poker Run, man, by Danny Calamon and the Widow Sons Biker Association. It's a non-profit organization with a 501c3, and all the proceeds go to the Staten Island Northwell site of Children with Cancer Foundation. So The event's going to be on October 23rd, 2021 at the Waterside on Staten Island. For more information, just go to my website, johnnyptv.com. Whatever you guys could do, come on down, support the cause. All right, for my first guest up tonight, hailing from Staten Island, let's give it up for Nicole Doz. Hello there. How you doing, my dear?
It's so nice to see you.
It's awesome to see you. Give yourself a clip. What's going on? Finally got you here.
Yes, after a third, I think this is our third try now.
How many times?
We've been rescheduled quite a few times.
We were supposed to get her on the late night show, and then I was retiring her in early, and then we started the new show. She was supposed to come on, then we got shut down for that. Then we were supposed to start it up again, and then we couldn't get you on. So you were on the top of the standby list, so here you are.
Here we are.
We're still living. Now listen, you're born in Brooklyn.
I am.
Make a brief, give us a little family background of growing up.
Sure. I was born in Brooklyn, Bensonhurst.
Okay.
Came to Staten Island like many Brooklyners do. I actually went back and forth from Brooklyn and Staten Island for a bit, so I'm officially back on Staten Island. I just recently purchased a house this year.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So, yeah, you know, my family is all on the island now, and I'm happy to be here.
I'm from Brooklyn.
I like that.
You from Brooklyn? Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn. Bensonhurst, too. Then grew up in Midwood.
That's why I like you.
Yeah. That's a good thing. So listen, growing up, you had a couple different talents. You like to sing.
Yes, I did.
In your wildest nightmares, did you ever think you were going to be Miss Staten Island as years to come? Were you into modeling when you were younger?
Not into modeling, but I loved watching the pageants on TV. So when I was in 5th grade, they asked you, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said Miss America, ironically enough. But yeah, I just really like being on stage. I love talking to people. I get to do a lot of community work, and I love what I do, and I get to wear a pretty crown while I do it.
Well, we're going to tell everybody that other surprise in your life later on. We're going to go through the motions here a little. Now, how did the whole Miss Staten Island pageant come along for you? Like at the time, were you modeling, or did you just get picked out of the crowd?
I just looked into it. I didn't realize there was a Miss Staten Island program. It was actually a scholarship pageant, which is such a wonderful opportunity because I was in college at the time. And I just thought I'd give it a try. I was very nervous, very shy. I wasn't used to being on a stage. But then once I did it, I was hooked. And I loved it. And I started doing it when I was about 18, so no childhood pageants for me. But it's something I've enjoyed doing, through my early 20s.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And then from there, how did the Big Apple come?
So after I won Miss Staten Island, they actually extended the age limit an extra year. So now I was 25 at the time, and they raised it to 26. And I was like, why not? I got nothing to do this weekend. I gave it a try, and I happened to win a second one.
Now, what the thing was, and I never heard of before, that you were nominated this year for the Miss New York for America Strong, and for some reason that was like a twister for me. Is that a new organization?
It is. So it's not the Miss America organization. It's the Miss for America organization, which is very similar, but they don't have a talent portion, so that's a little bit different. And now that I'm Miss for America Strong, I'm competing to be Miss for America Strong.
So you don't got to go dance up there in your bathing suit and all that stuff? Right?
I do get to put on a bathing suit, actually, yes, but I don't have to sing, which I'm a little disappointed because I enjoy doing that, but something different is always good.
Well, that's good. Now, what's the cutoff at? Is it 26 it is, or what is it?
No, for this particular pageant, there is no age limit. You just have to be unmarried, which for now I am.
That's it. You got to hold it off for a while, right?
For now I am, yep.
Well, that's cool. Now, listen, I got some surprise news for everybody out there, and then you will never even know, unless you know who Nicole is. She's actually a community affairs supervisor for the Department of Sanitation, so she's a Sandman.
That's true.
Not bad.
Nobody believes that.
You should be a role model to all the. I got to watch my mouth what I'm going to say, but a lot of the ladies would never pick up the garbage.
It's an unusual choice.
Only some ladies.
There are. We actually have about 300. So there's about, give or take, a little over 7,000
Yeah, but they're not
sanitation
running
workers.
for the beauty pageants.
No, they aren't. I think I'm one of the first to do that. But, I'm happy to represent. I love seeing my other San women. And, I love my job. I love what I do. I'm actually taking another promotion exam in about a week and a half.
Just make sure you give me your direct line over there for when we get the extra snow on my block.
Absolutely. You're my first block that I hit.
If I could call you. So now, I heard someone's going to be making an honest woman out of you sometime in the near future. Is that true?
It is. Yes, I'm engaged.
Wow, let me see that. Where'd you find that?
Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, beautiful. All right, good. Good for you.
Yes, actually, a year from today is our wedding.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Is he home? Where did he come tonight?
No, he's here. Of course he is. My Mr.
There
New York
he
in
is.
the back.
He's a lucky man. God bless.
Thank you.
You're lucky. You're lucky. So what's the next step for you right now?
So I'm gearing up for my next pageant. So right now I'm Miss for America Strong, but I'm competing for Miss for America, and that's going to be in Las Vegas in November.
Great.
So that's about a month away now. So we're just, preparing for that. I just recently got promoted this year to supervisor, so I'm just working in my new role and, just enjoying myself.
Listen, you might be the next president. Who knows?
Sounds like a lot of work, though.
You're doing a lot of work now. You crazy?
Yeah, you're right.
Too many politics, I guess, being president, right?
Pageants are a little easier.
Yeah. You got to seize the moment.
Exactly.
Now, you remember back in 2018, I recommended you for the Powerful Woman in Business Rookie of the Year Award.
Yes.
And you won.
Yes.
Which was great.
That was amazing.
I just threw your name out there because we need some more. I got this great one. She just, Miss Staten Island, blah, blah, blah. She's supposed to be on my show, and then you won it, and that was good. Yeah,
that was amazing. That was such a wonderful experience because I got to meet so many other community-oriented women, and it really was a powerful experience just because these people are making such a difference, and to be included as their Rookie of the Year was really one of the coolest things that I've ever gotten to do and achieve. So as always, I thank you for nominating me.
It's one of my public services. But good, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Now, with the media cover, you were all over the place. When were you on the cover of the Times eventually, a while ago? Was it the Times or the Post?
New York Post, yep.
Okay. Now, what was that for? I remember that a while ago.
Yes, so they nicknamed me the New York Beauty Queen because I was...
Clean?
Yep, clean,
that's
because
cool.
I was competing in the pageants, but I was also a sanitation worker. So it was just one of those fun, feel-good stories about how unique the situation is that I was picking up garbage, but also wearing a crown. Which I still do.
One more thing, because that's almost your time. You volunteer, you do a lot of volunteer work, right?
I love it. I love it.
Talk about some of the volunteers. One of them is the National Resources of the Protective Association?
Yes, yes. They're just a locally based Staten Island beach and park cleanup group. I met them, maybe about 8 years ago now that I've been with them. And they're just a very small group. They clean parks, they clean beaches, but
that's a good thing.
They do it so often, and they're not very well known, but I really encourage people to come out and join us every once in a while because you're really making such a tangible difference in that moment, picking up all that garbage off the beach.
So now listen, where can people find you on social media if they want to check you out, see what's going on, see your wedding pictures?
Yes, of course. I post lots of them. So I'm on Instagram at NYBeautyQueen because I really ate that up when they gave me that name, so I love that. But yeah, I'm on Instagram. And I'm actually going to be at Kettle Black next Friday, so if you'd like to...
What's going on over there?
I'm going to be celebrity bartending.
Oh, really? You give me some free drinks if I come or no?
Yeah, you come hang out with me.
All right, I'll come.
We'll have a good time.
We'll bring the boys.
I like that.
Bring the entourage.
That's it.
All right, well, listen, thank you so much for coming on.
Of course.
Sit down with me before we can watch the comedian.
Yes.
All right, Nicole Doz, everybody. All right, my next guest up tonight, he's straight off the comedy strip. Let's give a late night or up late welcome to Rich Carucci.
Good to be here. Good to be here. Staten Island, New York. I love Staten Island. Best Italian food in the world, Staten Island, New York. That's what I love about here. A lot of Italians. Also, a lot of Italians angry. Andrew Cuomo. Hi, Andrew Cuomo. How far your star has fallen, right? Oh, he made all the Italians angry. What he said? He said, I'm not a molester. I didn't molest anyone. I'm Italian. That's how we say hello. Hey, oh, hey. Come on, that's bullshit. You know that's not Italian. That's Puerto Rican. That's what that is. You know it. You know it. They should give him a choice now. Give him a choice. If you don't jump off the bridge, we rename it. What do you think? Yeah. Yeah, all right. Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby got out of jail. Bill Cosby, right. Did you see him before he went to jail, Bill Cosby? He couldn't see. He had a cane in each hand, a guy on each shoulder carried him. He came zippity-doo-dah right out of there, don't he? Cured him. That's right. I don't know, things are going rough for me financially. Things are going so bad for me. My wife's threatening to move in. That's right. I don't care who president is. He better step his game up. That's right. And right now in New York City, they're giving you $100. $100 to take the vaccine. Can you believe that? Imagine if you settled for the donut like 2 weeks ago. How pissed would you be, right? You're like, I could have had 100 of these donuts. What's going on here? They can't get the rest of the holdouts, though. They don't know how to get the rest of the... How do you get the rest of the people to take the vaccine? The people that want to take it. I know how you get them. Put it in Popeye's chicken. That's right. Put it in Popeye's chicken. Because I don't care who you are. You cannot resist the extra crispy Popeye's chicken. Popeyes will save the world. That's right. Say it. I'm not anti-vax. I'm just anti you telling me what to do. Unfortunately, I'm Italian. You can't tell me what to do. Can't tell me what to do. Yeah. Catholic school couldn't do it. Military school. The military. 3 wives. That's right. I'll hang out in my backyard and grow tomato plants for the rest of my life. I don't care. I won't go anywhere. That's right. I mean, they got you with them. Maybe you had to wear the mask the first time you had to wear the mask. I remember the first time I had to wear a mask. My wife drove me to the store. She said, we need milk. I said, no, we don't. I don't drink milk, all right? I drink beer. You need milk. She said, put this on, go in there and get me a gallon of milk. I said, what's this thing? Thought it was a pair of her underwear. It's a mask. She said, put this on, go in there. I said, all right, I'll go get you the milk. What's with the line of people outside? She said, that's social distancing. Get with the times. That's social distancing. All right, don't jump down my throat. I put on a mask. I walked in. I grabbed a gallon of milk, looked at that line, and walked right out with it. That's right. I said, this is going to be the greatest pandemic ever because I'm never paying for another thing. I'll tell you that right now. I got kids. They're out in the car. They're outdoor kids. Right before the pandemic, my son's school called me on the phone, said they think he has a learning disability. Not what I would hear. They want him to take a test. Test costs $14,000. It isn't covered by my insurance. I said, $14,000? You must think we're both idiots, okay? Because I'll be honest, for $14,000, I'll get a new kid. That's right. Just start this whole process over again. Feel my pain, though. My son's 18. My own going to be 19 in the 10th grade. If I mention anything, I'm the bad guy. He's like, Dad, why are you breaking my chops? There's people older than me in school. I said, they're called teachers, all right, you idiot? They're paid to be here, all right? You're taking up space. I like high school. Of course you do. You're older than the principal. You got your own parking space, and you're selling weed to everybody. What's not to like, right? I know he's selling weed to everybody because he sells it to me. That's right. And then he steals it back. It's a vicious cycle at my house, vicious cycle. But I told my son, listen, high school's not for everybody. Definitely not for you. But I'm a good dad. I'm a good parent. So listen, we're going to start a new life. We're going to do this together, son. All right, Dad, let's do this together. So I signed him up for his GED training, GED test, job training, job placement. He's like, all right, we'll start this new life. First day, he doesn't show. They call me up, Mr. Carucci, your son didn't show today. Do you have any idea where he's at? I'm like, I have no idea where this kid is. He comes walking in an hour later. I said, what happened? We're going to start a new life. He said, I was going to go. Then I figured I'd keep my options open. I said, you got options? I got to hear this. He goes, I'm thinking of joining the military. I said, bro, you couldn't get in ISIS right now, okay? Sure, there's some kind of test, but it has a happy ending. During the pandemic, he passed his GED. He did, thank you. And thank you. And then he got a job at the liquor store across the street. So, eventually we'll be spending more time together. And hopefully that'll make up for Little League. Tell you, my wife's not happy. She's talking about getting a divorce. It's my third marriage. Or as I like to call it, casually marriage. You know what I mean? At this point, you don't expect much with the third wedding. I don't even live with her. We just celebrated 15 years married. She's like, when do you think we'll live together? I go, I don't know. Let's not rush this. You know what I mean? I have a rule at my house. I want the best of you, not the rest of you, all right? You come over when you're happy. When you're sad, stay where you are, right? Because she tells me all the time, I'm not happy. Never promised happy, not once, all right? You want happy? Go to Disney World. Everybody looks thrilled there, right? I don't feel in love. You don't feel in love? I want to be chased. I want to be pursued. You want to be chased? Hop the fence at the White House. Somebody will chase you, all right? Chase you'll have a stroke. Look at me. I got to try to start dating now again. Dating at 50. What a nightmare that is. You know what I mean? You can't come to fancy shows like this to meet chicks, all right? We got the beauty queen, and I love it. She's with a regular-looking guy. Look at that guy. How are you, sir? You must have a ton of money. That's all I'm saying. No, she's beautiful. She's beautiful. But, yeah, man, you got to go online. You got to meet online. That's how everybody meets now because everybody can lie online. That's what you do. You sit home and you lie. Guys lie. You know what a guy's lie is? This is the typical guy's lie. The guy's lie is I put Johnny P's picture on the dating profile and I show up. You know what I mean? And they go, what happened to you? I go, Corona. And women lie. Oh, my God, I don't do women lie. What do women say? I just want a guy. I just want a guy. It doesn't matter what he looks like. I just want a guy with a sense of humor. Yeah, sure you do. They want the bodybuilder. They want the guy that looks like an athlete, right? If all women wanted was a guy with a sense of humor, clowns would be knee-deep in chicks, wouldn't they? You've seen clowns. There's nobody surrounding clowns but fat kids eating hamburgers, right? It's ridiculous. But the worst dating site they got out there, the worst dating site, totally worst one, is Craigslist. Craigslist is the worst dating site. It is because they show up. They don't realize it's a date. They got furniture with them and stuff. You know what I mean? She's like, where do you want the couch? I don't know. Where do you want to make out on it? You know what I mean? Don't know. Plus, I got the sleep apnea. Anybody got the sleep apnea? Just me and you? Nobody else got insurance here? All right, great. Yeah, they got, that CPAP machine. What a sexy piece of machinery that is. Oh, my God. I had this girl come over, probably the hottest chick I ever had in my house, come over to demonstrate how I'm going to use this machine. She comes to my house. She goes, where do you sleep? I said, this way. We get in there. She showed me how to hook up the machine. She said, you plug this in. You put this tube in there. You put that tube in there. I said, which tube do I put my penis in? She said, why do you want to put your penis in this tube? I said, if I got to wear this thing, this is the last thing I'll be humping. I'll tell you right now. So now I'm trying to find a girl that has a sleep apnea machine so we could wear them together. You know what I mean? Do like a Top Gun role play scenario. Goose, this is Maverick. Goose, this is Maverick. Psh, Maverick, I'm coming in for a crash landing. That's right. That's what my life's come down to. 57, man. I'm getting old. I feel it. I don't like people anymore. I don't like people. I get angry at the weather. I don't know what happened to me. I'm like a circus chimp that's been held in captivity too long. All I want is a cigarette and a warm place to poop. I'm thrilled. You know what I mean? I am thrilled. It's all over. I don't know, man. Let's get to the point. I miss Trump. Anybody else miss Trump? I miss Trump. I miss Trump. Not even for political reasons, because I can't vote. I'm a felon, so I can't vote. But I miss Trump. He was comedy gold. Comedy gold, man. If I ran out of things to say, I would just read what he tweeted verbatim the next day. People are like, you're brilliant. I go, no, I'm not that brilliant, right? I've been writing comedy for 20, so I'm not half as good as him. I'm like, does this guy have writers? Then I'm waiting. The whole time he's pressed, I go, please let him start drinking heavy. Because then they'll say some crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Holy mackerel. I don't know, man. I miss it. I miss him. I don't know, right? He was going to build a wall. We're going to build a wall. It's going to be huge. It's going to be big. It's going to be fantastic. We don't need a wall. It's never going to work. You know what we need? One of those American Ninja obstacle courses. That's what we need. Because in this country, we want winners. I couldn't make it through that course. You make it through that course, you're a citizen on the spot. You don't make it through, we catapult you back into Mexico. You get up, clean yourself off, and try again. Thank you, folks. Have a good night.
What's up, brother? Thank you so much for coming on our first show.
I love coming here, Johnny. You kidding? I love coming here to Staten Island and parking in the dark parking lot with no lights by the weeds. Then checking every door that's locked to get in. Then I have the security guard come to the door with a giant plate of food. Tell me you can't let me in. You got better security than a border here, Johnny. I'll tell you that right now.
Listen, it's a little tough these days. We're lucky to even be back because there were so many restrictions about getting in here. I don't want to get into it because I don't want to get suspended. But we were able to come to an agreement to agree because, and here I am, because I need a certain amount of staff to run the show. And we're half a staff tonight. That's why I'm running around like a cuckoo bird, doing...
Yeah, you're half the staff of the oldest ones I ever seen.
And directed and all that stuff, but...
These guys are around making silent films. Look at these guys.
You're right.
That's why none of the video works.
You're right. Rich did our season finale, and I said he was the perfect guy to bring on to do the comeback and the return of the Johnny P Show. What do you think, everybody, right?
Honored to do it, Johnny P. Honored to do it. I'm proud that you're back.
Yeah, one day at a time, man. Listen, if things go good, we'll all have a job.
Thank God. Can we get my kid one? He's in a
Yeah.
lot.
Well, listen, look, you've been doing stand-up for a long time, and it's pretty much your livelihood. How was it for you once everything got locked down? It must. I mean, we're talking, and we're talking to the with the talent. It really hit you guys financially, right?
It did. I took over, Johnny. I'm not kidding. We did stand-up comedy under a tent behind a strip bar in New Jersey for a year. Not even a nice strip jar. This place was so bad, they used to mistake the comics for dancers, John. That's how bad this place was. Corona was the least of your worries at this joint.
Yeah. Well,
We had 300 comics come through the Flamingo. Let's hear it for the Flamingo in South Hackensack.
Yeah.
And for a year, we did it out there for a year. And you know what? People were so humbled that a guy would bring his girl there, and she acted happy to be in a tent behind a strip bar in Jersey. Can you believe that, John? No one can pick a place to go eat now, but they were thrilled to be there. I can't believe it.
I went a couple of times just to support you guys. It was freezing out. It was like 30 degrees.
I know.
I'm like, I'm drinking scotch and I was so cold.
I know. It
But,
was cold.
it was tough.
We did everything. We did rooftop. I did drive-in comedy, like a drive-in movie down Atlantic City with the AC Jokes boys. We all joined together. We were doing cigar lounges, parking lots, rooftops, you name it, cornfields, anywhere we could. We pulled through it. It's coming back. It's coming back now. Let's hear for everything coming back.
Yeah.
Right? Comedy's coming back. All right. So things are looking better, Johnny. This that got me here. Thank God I'm here.
Now, I know you got like some really good stuff going on in the future. Can you talk about it with the movie and all this other stuff you got going on?
I got a thing. We got a reality show called Roast the Ghost that we're in the process of putting together. Travel Channel had it. They just released it to another company. But we use stand-up comedy to communicate with paranormal spirits and everything. Because our motto is all because you're dead doesn't mean your sense of humor is. So it's like the Dean Martin roast. We find a building, find out who haunts it, get all the history of it. We come in with a paranormal team. We have empaths. We do a sweep of the whole place. And then we come back later at night and we roast the ghost like Dean Martin. I write jokes for all the apparitions, and then we do it and we get all the results. And we get results. You got to see some of the stuff we pulled up.
Now, ain't you associated with a friend of ours doing this?
Yes. Mr. Craig Lloydgren and myself.
I call him Craig Laundry.
Craig Laundry.
But he's been on my show a bunch of times.
The Staten Island man.
Great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy.
My partner. He's awesome. Funny guy. Married and miserable. That's him.
Yeah. So listen, that's almost your time. Where are you going to be anytime soon in the future for people who can come see you?
Okay, I'm all over the place. I'm going to be in Monahans, in Bayville, New York. Just check my site out, richcaruccicomedy.com. It's got all my dates. I'm at Three Monkeys in the City, Broadway Comedy Club, Greenwich Village. I'm all over the place. I'm out almost every night. So you check my schedule. Also follow me, Dick Carr 64 Instagram. Check me out. I list everything. You got all my flyers. I'm a guy you got to see live. You got to see me perform live. I don't have any tape, stuff like that. I'm a live act. So.
All right, Rich, it was a pleasure for you to come on. Thank you. Come
John,
on anytime, buddy. Rich Carucci, everybody. My featured guest tonight, as I said, he has 8 books out. He's here to talk about his new book, The Mafia Hitman. Let's give him an up-late welcome for Frankie DiMatteo. Frankie. What's going on, my brother? What's going on, all right? Good. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Seems like yesterday you were here.
Looks that way, right?
Yeah, we didn't age too bad. So what's going on? How's the family? Everybody good?
Everybody's good, John. You?
Your mom is in the audience. Mrs.
mother's
DiMatteo's in the audience.
Yeah.
His wife, Emily, let's give him a hand.
Yes.
I'm surprised you didn't bring no cannolis.
No. Well, we bought some books.
No, I got the books. We've got plenty of books.
Okay.
You got 3 out of the 8. So, and you currently have the 8 books. You got the new book out. It's right here. Mafia Hitman.
Right.
Talk
New
about
one.
it. What do we have?
Okay. That's the new one. Okay.
Yeah.
This one's about the killing of Joey Gallo. Who killed Joey?
The original guy who killed him, not the guy in The Irishman, right?
No, not the guy, the fake guy, the
Yeah,
real
we'll
guy.
talk about that in a minute.
Yes. It's a history of Joey Gallo, who he was, and Carmine DiBiase, the killer. And then this leads up to who they were before, how they got where they were going, and the night that Joey got killed.
How come in The Irishman they portrayed it like that? Sebastian Maniscalco played Joey Gallo, right?
Yeah.
But then The Irishman, Robert De Niro kills him in it.
Which is Frank Sheehan.
But why would they do that?
Frank Sheehan was a guy around Hoffa. He got old. He was dying. He told a story on his deathbed to his daughter and to the lawyer.
Yeah.
The guy wrote a book with it, and they got lucky and sold it to the Hollywood. And there's no truth in it. It's not a documentary. It was, it's a movie.
Is it a permission thing from the families that anybody that live in to do it?
No, because the guy on his deathbed told a story. The daughter hired somebody to write it, and he said he killed Joey. Yeah, so, anybody could say he killed Joey.
Yeah.
But we know it wasn't true. So, just so happens that I was around when Joey got killed. So, that's why we know a little different.
Well, talk a little about, I'm sure our audience and myself would like to hear a bit about the book, just, briefly.
Well, the book it starts out how Joey Gallo got involved being a racketeer and what he did to get to where he got to in life, and how to led up to him getting killed at Umberto's. And the other part of the book shows how his killer, who he was, and how he got to where he was to be that night to kill Joey. And it defunks the Sheehan movie, that
Irishman.
movie, The Irishman. Because the funny thing is, because that night, Sheehan was at the Copa in 1972 when Joey got killed. Joey did have their paths passed for a moment. And but that was about it. That was it. Then he went on and told that he wound up killing Joey, but that's not true. And that's what the book tells you: who did it, how we know who did it, and and why we're telling the story.
Now, how did it come out, the truth, who killed him?
Well, number one, we were with Joey. I was with Joey.
Yeah.
So when I was a young guy, I was with Joey Gallo. So Pete the Greek was bodyguarding, and my godfather, Bobby Bongiovanni, was bodyguard for Joey. When that night Joey got killed, after Pete the Greek got back, went to the house, got shot in the ass that night when Joey got shot. He came down President Street when he was able to come out of the hospital, and the first thing Blast grabbed him and said, who shot Joey? Mm-hmm. And who shot you? He leaned over and said, Sonny Pinto shot Joey, and shot me. So, and I was there, so you got it from the guy's mouth who got shot in the ass. And,
Yeah.
And that's how the story goes, how we know it, and went from there on, And Joey was a smart guy. I mean, was he crazy? He was a gangster, but he was intelligent, And everybody who was around Joey loved Joey. Mm-hmm. So Joey had this mystique about him that if you were with him, you were with him 100%. That's why so many guys were with him, and 25, 30 guys are going against hundreds of guys because you got some kind of mystique there,
You said that's why the movies kind of confused everybody, like as my comment was, because like Sebastian played Joey Gallo, but he was kind of like a jerk.
Yeah, well, you can't never get Joey down because you need somebody there to know Joey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If they ever hired somebody like me or somebody around to, give them mannerisms or know how Joey was, you know what I mean? It would help them, but they don't come calling over. They don't come knocking on my door.
I'm looking forward to reading this. I really am. And Frankie has a bunch of other books, like The President Street Boys he was on, Growing Up Mafia, Lions in the Basement, Carmine the Snake. I love these names. Were We Really Cowboys? The Mob Candy Manhattan. You had the Mob Candy Brooklyn. And
Albert Anastasia.
Yes, Albert Anastasia. And
right.
You got the Lord High, what is it, The Executioner?
That's Albert Anastasia.
Oh, that's great. That was a great
that
book.
Came out last year.
And I sent that to a friend of mine in California, and he's on the daytime, so he loves all this stuff. He goes, this is great. Yeah. Now, I'm going to ask you something, Frankie, 2 true or false questions, and then you can answer the audience. This is all common knowledge. I heard you in interviews before. So true or false, you witnessed your first murder at the age of 6 years old.
Yes.
Tell me.
I was with my mother. They were coming out of a girlfriend's home on 4th and Atlantic, and Joey Maggs got killed in front of a diner on 4th Atlantic. Mm-hmm. It was a conflict between another Gallo uprising and Joey Maggs. Was he was one of the guys I knew as a young boy, because he was part of the crew. I wasn't affected too much because it was like cowboys and Indians, you didn't get affected by it. My mother just wished me away. And
Were you like in the Bronx tale when Cologio saw him get shot? She goes, "Come on, come with me," and she dragged you away.
Exactly.
But did you think it was exciting, or you were scared, or you just didn't know what was going on?
Neither, because it wasn't that, it's not like Hollywood. It wasn't that, visual.
Mm-hmm.
You're half a block away. It's not that colorful and stuff like that. You bang, bang, and the guy on the floor.
That's it.
I mean, it wasn't, you hear a little yelling, and that was it. It's not blood all over the place. It's not Hollywood. It was real time. No, it wasn't. No, it didn't affect me then.
It's true or false, Frankie? Your father and uncle were in forces for the Gallo family.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, both of them.
Talk to them.
Well, my father came up in 58, 59. He was working for Tony Bender, and Joey and Larry was talking to Joey Bender at the time because they wanted to break away from the Colombo family, and we're trying to get support from other captains, outside families. And Joey and Larry saw my father, didn't know my father, but he was working there as a bouncer, and they were there drinking one day, talking to Tony Bender. My father winds up getting into an argument with that black guy. The black guy was talking to a girl those days. It was not too,
acceptable
at the time. And my father wound up throwing some punches, left, right, knocked the guy out. And the next week they found out the guy was Griffin, Emilio Griffin, the middleweight champion of the
world.
Yeah. He wanted to kill Kid Parrott in a fight after that and stuff like that. So Larry and Joey was impressed that this guy threw hands like that, and they asked Tony Bender if he can come out to Brooklyn. They were looking for some more guys in Brooklyn. So Tony Bender said, take him. And my father wound up with Larry and Joey in Brooklyn and wound up at the Hilltop, running a place for them. And that's what and then he wound up being 8-9 years with Larry, bodyguard, until Larry died in 1968.
Great stories. And you guys, if anyone who doesn't get any of Frankie's books, definitely get them because you're getting a lot of great stories and the true stuff. Frankie, before we go, it's almost our time. Talk about the script and possible movie, I guess, you got maybe in the works in the future.
Yeah.
You're trying to get a little back and forth?
I wrote the script of the Pleasant Street Boys, which is the Pleasant Street Boys is the first book. Well, Lie in the Basement is the first book I wrote. It was an autobiography of everything I've seen and did and experienced. And then we turned it into, I self-published it. And that's how I got a deal with Kennison Books, is they saw it in the street. They found it and they approached me and said it was a really good book. They wanted to take it, buy it from me. So we made it a 5-book deal. They liked the book. I made a 5-book deal with them, but they had to change the name of it because they couldn't keep the first name, which is Lying in the Basement, which my wife named it, and which is an autobiography. Anyway, I turned that into a script, and I thought it was interesting to, instead of doing it about Joey Gallo, it's about Joey Gallo and the guys around him, because you can't do, one guy didn't do this whole thing. 30, 40 guys around him is what did all the work. And I wrote the script, but I'm having a hard time, getting it around. I got a few people's hands, but I'm not a big hustle, you know that. It stays in the drawer. If they don't come find it in the drawer sometimes, I go, my wife says, well, they're not going to find it in the drawer, but, we're trying, but I was going to give it to you. Maybe you go see John Forsythe, William Forsythe. See somebody.
We could get all those guys, but you have to have the investors and the money.
Who do we invest in? We're going to get.
Well, listen, I'm looking for investors for the last 10 years.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we sell more books.
Even with the scripts, it's hard to actually get someone to invest. They want you to have names attached already.
To it, yes.
Okay, we got William Forsythe, John Travolta.
There's a few guys that I do really good that you can attach to it, but if you don't got no money yet, I don't want to do.
And you got to give them a retainer just to use their name, and if it doesn't go through, the retainer's gone. But that's you got money. Gaetano comes up with $5 million. Good, Frankie, do it. Yeah, then you hire any actor. You see these actors that are big names. They're working.
Or you get somebody who likes the script and they really likes the script. They buy it from you and they run with it.
You might just have to hand it to somebody that's going to do all the legwork from you. They're going to take a percentage, and that's it.
Yes, exactly.
And that's it. Listen, there's a lot of runners out there.
I'm not a director. I'm not, not like that. In fact, for me, doing it's going to be too hard because I'd be too perfection would be crazy.
No, you'd be locking them in the basement.
Yeah,
you can't beat them.
I'll be reliving it again.
I'll tease you. So, well, Frankie, where can people find you on social media if you want to be found? Where can they get your books?
Well, everything's on mobcandymag.com. All the books are there. And I think everything, the website, anything about me is on that website, mobcandymag.com. I have Instagram, but I have no idea what it is. Frank DiMatteo.
Okay.
Frank DiMatteo and Instagram, or Uncle Frankie Instagram.
But don't start your car.
Yeah.
.com.
But mobcandymag.com is the place to go.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
All right, great. Well, Frankie, thank you so much for coming
got
on the
it, brother.
show. Hang out a little while with me.
I'm here.
All right, good. Definitely go check out Mafia Hitman and go through the library. It's a great read for all you Mafia lovers. Really, really, really good stuff. All right, for our featured musical act for tonight, the Handler from Staten Island. Let's give it an upright welcome for Screaming Broccolli, Unplugged.
I hear the train a-comin', it's rolling around the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. Well, I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. Yeah, when I hear that train a-rollin' down that sad and toll. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. Yeah, when I hear that train a-rollin', I hang my head and cry. And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven holds a place for those who pray. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Mama Pajama rode and the banners ran to the police station. And the guy found out, he began to shout, and he started the investigation. Well, against the law, was against the law. What my mama thought was against the law. Mama looked down and spit on the ground every time her name gets mentioned. And the cop said, oh, if I catch that boy, I'm gonna stick him in out the detention. Well, I'm on my way. I don't know where I'm going. I'm on my way. I'm taking my time, but I don't know where. Goodbye, Rosie and the Queen of Corona. Seeing me and Julio down by the schoolyard. Seeing me and Julio down by the schoolyard. Hey! It's alone in my Lambo, trying to find a love and escape to mine. She says there's the one I love the most, and the stop's not far behind. She never lets me in, only tells me where she's been when she's had too much to drink. I said I don't care, I just run my hands through a dark hell, and I pray to God you gotta help me fly away and just let her cry. If the tears fall down her face, let her sing. If it eases all her pain, let her go. Let her walk right out on me. And if the sun comes up tomorrow, let her be. Let her be. We're caught in a trap. I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. Why can't you see what you're doing to me when you don't believe a word I'm saying? We can go together with suspicious minds, and we can build on dreams on suspicious minds. This old friend I know comes by to say hello. Do you still see suspicion in my eyes? Here we go again, asking where we've been. Do you still see the tears I'm crying? Together with suspicious minds, and we can build on dreams on suspicious minds.
How y'all doing out there? Come on.
Head down to the land of the pines, thumbing my way into North Carolina. Stare at the road, pray to God I see headlines. Made it down the road in 17 hours, picking me a bouquet of dogwood flowers, and I'm hoping for Raleigh I can see my baby tonight. Come on. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Oh, rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody. Let's hear for Johnny Potenza, everybody. Come on. Great show.
All right. Order. All right. Screaming Broccoli Unplugged. First time on cable TV. We got the boys right here, Mike and Gary. What's up, Mike?
How you doing?
Gary, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, all right?
Johnny boy.
You guys sounded wonderful.
Thank you.
Really wonderful.
Thank you so much.
You had a big variety of music there.
Yeah.
From old school to new school.
Yeah.
So what's happening?
Hey, getting back into it, man.
Listen, last time you guys were on the show was actually, let me see if you can remember. You remember what year?
I remember that I was on the show with like Sandy Gennaro and
Yeah.
Andy Mealy Sr.
Yeah, God bless
Yeah,
Andy Mealy,
God
passed
bless him.
away. Another writer who did a lot of write-ups for us.
Awesome.
That
dude.
was the 2012 Christmas special.
Was it? Oh wow.
You remember we had the co-host, she had the vanilla ice cream on her head?
Yeah.
Demetria, she was cool. She was really cool.
Right.
9 years.
Was it really?
Wow. 9 years, 2012.
Wow.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
This Christmas.
A little bit.
So now talk about, well, I'm asking the talent now, when the COVID-19 hit, how it affected you. Oof. Right?
We were shut down.
Because that's what you guys do. That's all these guys do. They tour.
Last show in Brooklyn, in Bay Ridge.
Okay.
On, what was it, March 14th? So everybody was shut down. We were the last band to play, like, in New York, New Jersey.
With the full band.
Full band. And we did it anyway. It was busy, but, like, that was our last show.
That was pushing it, like, right?
That was pushing it, yeah. But we did it. We haven't been back there since. And now we're going to be back there, next week.
Oh, good.
Actually, first time since COVID ended, you know.
Wow.
But what happened was when the restrictions lifted, we wound up doing 60 shows from Memorial Day weekend to Labor Day weekend.
This
But
year?
this year. But we didn't realize we were going to do that. Just everything just opened up.
Yeah.
And it got crazy, but we did it anyway.
They were
but
dying for bands. The public
Everybody's
wanted
dying.
bands.
Everybody's just dying to go out.
Yeah.
And, you know.
No.
It was a little scary, like, you know. We had nothing. We had like a little outside shows and everything. And we've been doing this for like 30 years, like 25 years, 30 years, right? So, I mean, it was just a little tough on us, you know.
Yeah.
14 months of no working, you know, isolated. Just like anybody else, so we can't really complain that much, you know.
Screaming Broccolli, out of all the bands that have been around, including myself, he's like the guy that's been like still going strong. You know, different members, of course, through the years, but he's been carrying on that name for all that time, and I give you a lot of credit for it.
Yeah, but this is my right-hand guy.
He's been with you a while now, yeah.
Oh, he's with me a long time.
He's not a bailer, this guy.
This guy's the best.
He's in it to win it.
He's the best in the business. Right, bud?
So are you.
No, you are.
Yeah.
So are you.
He's the best.
Thank
The
you.
most talented guy ever that I ever worked with, I have to say. I'm not kidding.
Is it like a persona where all singers wait to the last minute?
Everybody hates singers.
No, I don't hate singers. What's going on these days? I mean, and the whole summer you've been from Long Island, the Jersey Shore, you've been selling out over there. Manasquan, Joe
yeah.
Pops, right?
Bronx Zoo. Everything.
Yeah, you just did the Bronx Zoo. What was that about?
Well, we're the only band in the country to play the, what was it called? The Wildlife Conservatory?
Brew at the Zoo.
Brew at the Zoo. It's
Brew
called
at
the
the
Brew
Zoo.
at the Zoo. So they actually hire us to do like a big brew fest with kegs and stuff like that.
wow.
But in the contract, it's pretty funny because we have a DJ and we have the band and we have a sound guy, and the sound guy sets up all these up top, like instead of the bottom, like you know, the bass and stuff like that.
Subs.
It's in the contract that there's no subs because the apes in the Bronx go crazy. So you're not allowed to
The
put any.
animals can't
The
handle
animals,
the low
the
end.
animals go nuts.
Imagine that they jump out, they start breaking everything.
I know. Like it's like a little weird, you know.
Like the Planet of the Apes.
So it's just tops, and there's no bottoms because the animals go nuts.
Who's a sponsor to the beer? Is there any special sponsors you
It's
got?
just a whole bunch of different companies. You know what I mean? So that's nice. It's great. It's great. But we haven't done it since the pandemic. But we did it. We did it last. What is it? Two weeks ago. We did it 2 weeks ago. It was great.
6,000 people.
We sold it out. 6,000 people.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, well, the one you did in Manasquan, it was packed.
Manasquan, we do
Right?
very well. Yeah.
I haven't been there in years. What was it with you? With the Osprey?
Yeah, you got to
was
come.
it?
You got to come next year.
I haven't been there in about 20
You got
years.
to do a song with us. You got to play the drums.
Listen, you know me. I'm always up for getting up and playing the song. If the whole band was here tonight, it's a whole shakedown. I gotta play the drums. That's how it works. So what about you, Gary? I mean, when you had your free time, what were you doing? You went crazy.
You know, I have a studio at home, so I did a lot of recording to keep my chops up. You know, thank God for O'Neill's because the
That's all
owner of
we had.
O'Neill's had us once a week outside, which was nice. It was real nice of him to do that.
Yeah.
So that kind of kept us going a little bit. But
it did.
basically, you know, actually after the show he was talking about in Brooklyn, I got COVID 3 days later.
Wow.
And I had it for about 21 days.
Wow.
I had it bad. I got it pretty bad. Then recovered. You know, and just like everything else, we just quarantined. You know, everybody stayed home.
And you got it, Mike, too, right?
I didn't get it. No, I didn't get it.
Mike
got
sent
it.
out a band text one night and goes, "Guys, we got a gig Saturday," and every one of us wrote, "No way," and it was like, and from that point on, it literally like took off.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
So it's good.
Now, speaking of recordings, before we wrap this up, anything that we're going to look forward to original-wise from you guys on tape or CD? I'm dating myself, tape.
Not really.
MP3
We've always done that separately, but we've never done it as a band.
Right. We always do original things like on our own, like
Yeah.
separately, but we never did it as a
You
band.
guys
You
been
know,
around
we got so stuck into the cover band business, which is not a bad business.
Yeah,
you
no,
know
it's
what I mean?
great.
But like we just got I got a little discouraged.
You got such a big
you know?
following, but to throw one or two songs in all the time and have that couple of songs CD laying around at your gigs, it
Right.
can't hurt one or two songs. Because I heard some of your stuff from back in the day. It was really good.
Oh yeah, well I did a song with you back in the day.
I was
man.
just
That
going to say that. I
freaking
don't want
great.
to break, you know. Yeah, Mikey actually sang on the original of the NYB
Vanessa.
project, song Vanessa. And
Great song.
no, you killed it.
Great song that Johnny wrote. I don't know if you guys ever heard it, but it was a great
Vanessa,
song.
yeah, man.
That was a great song.
Well, the deal was,
That was a hit song.
it could have been a hit song, but we didn't, you know.
And he wrote it.
It didn't get to the right people. When we started the band, Richie Scarlett, our producer, we didn't know whether we were going to go alternative or hard rock. So we had Mike sing a song, and then we had Dougie do the hard rock, and then we wound up going with the hard rock because that was more our genre. You were more the alternative 90s sound.
Could they hear that though? Could they hear
Yeah,
that
I mean,
somewhere?
anyone
Where could
that's
they
my
hear that?
friend heard Vanessa in there. So it's on iTunes still.
Oh, okay.
iTunes, it's on YouTube.
All right.
Yeah, Vanessa, you put MYB. Where can people follow you on social media?
ScreamingBroccoli.com, Screaming Broccoli Instagram,
And then that's it.
www.screamingbroccoli.
At your nearest post
2
office.
C's, 2 L's.
Well, Mike, Gary, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having us. It was
Come
fun.
anytime.
Thank you guys.
I want to have you guys with the full band at the end of the year, right?
All right.
Definitely.
All right. It's about that time of night. We got to say goodbye and close the show, but I'd like to say special thank you to Carol Ann Benanti from the Staten Island Advance and Staten Island Live for doing another fabulous, great write-up on the Up Late with Johnny Potenza show. I like the press. It helps. It makes me bigger than what I am. But no, she really is. She's a doll. And Carol Ann, thank you so much. And as we were talking about Andy Mealy used to do an occasional write-up for us, too. He passed away about a year ago, so God bless Andy Mealy. We'd like to say special thank you to Paulie at Nucci's Restaurants for all the food that he always supplies us. And then that's it. You want to follow us or be a member of the studio audience, go into johnnyptv.com, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, all that nonsense. I'm Johnny P. Take care. Good night. Hey!